Hello, everyone, and welcome to Replay Works, and welcome to the first Vanguard event live in New York in Silk Road Gaming. So, today is a very momentous year, exactly, because it's 2026, and guess who turns 15? Well, not this guy, but Cardfight Vanguard. So this is a game that we've all played for 15 years. It's been a part of our, oh god, lives for very, very long. And leading up until today, we've had a lot of discussions, myself and the creator of this format, Suarez, about what Vanguard means to us. And what Vanguard means to me is the fact that from episode 1, the concept of bonds is drilled into this game and its lore and its cards from the entire saga, all the way from Aichi getting Blaster Blade from being bullied to Aichi being on the moon, which is where this format is headed, right? So, unfortunately, what that also means for the rest of us that we're all stuck with each other. So, give us a round of applause, have we guys? All right. All right, cool. So, first, we're gonna bring the creator of the format here to give a couple words.
First, I want to say thank you to everyone who made it out today. For those watching at home, understand that we are dealing with like -7 Fahrenheit weather here in New York City. And so the fact that despite the cold, we all showed up today is like really important. So round of applause for that one, for breaking the cold. I thought a lot about how we all got here today and how we all started. And for those that might remember, this whole idea was conceived over a random dinner we had at a Vietnamese restaurant. Shout outs to the Vietnamese restaurant. I thought a lot about, you know, just where we are in life and what card games mean to us, especially Vanguard. And you've heard me say this again, right? Time, you know, we don't have a lot of time these days to really like meet up with each other all the time and play cards like how we used to. But it is nice to know that from an idea that we thought about over dinner to last year meeting at least, you know, once a month, just consistently playing this format, that it is meaningful to us, right? And then now we're having our first tournament for this format. To me, that means we've come a long way. So that makes me really happy. But yeah, we're going to take this thing to the moon, all puns intended. We are going to launch this format to the whole Vanguard community. Expect probably a website coming up to describe what it is, and we're going to publicize it. Might even have a Discord in the future. Who knows, right? There's a lot of things that we can do here, but it's all thanks to just us consistently, I would say consistently hanging out with each other, right? And that's what's important, that we're all still sticking together, enjoying the game, enjoying our favorite game the way we want to enjoy it.
My wife and I, we prepared something secret that no one here knows yet. So whoever wins today will become the first inaugural champion for Replay Works cross format.
All right, now this is win.
So this puppy here is going to stay up here all day. Get to stare at it. Looks fantastic. That is going to be the prize. So with that being said, let's go over the format. Today is going to be G-Legion format. We're going to be playing a bracket system, just like FGC. We're going to do a 8-man bracket with a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. It's going to be best 2 out of 3 with the fact that each player gets 3 decks of their choice. And what they can do is they get to pick whichever deck they want to start with for that round. If they lose with that deck, they have to switch out. Once they lost twice, they lose the round, go to loser's bracket. If they lose again in loser's bracket, they are out of the tournament. What we will have is 1 grand champion at the end of this. What Murakumo deck would you play?
I was playing the Dueling Dragons, some Baku, and Sengenki.
Okay, and we talked about Hyaki Vogue Reverse before. Yeah. That deck obviously didn't work for you when you were testing it out.
Yeah.
When you when you were making this deck, what was like the thought process for building this Dueling Dragons deck?
Well, Dueling Dragons, considering all support came in pretty much one set, the deck is pretty much just set in stone.
Yeah.
You just need like some of the, I want to say the staples from Murakumo, considering how much other support there was. It was like the copy cards you only ran like 2 of.
Right, okay, yeah.
So 7 people came to play Vanguard. 1 person, myself, came to play a different kind of game. So what's really special, I didn't come to play long games, I came to play short games. So every single deck was packed with 16 crits. I'm looking to either end it or just leave the game myself.
The plan was to start out with risers.
Okay.
Because, you know, Cab Butler is really good, but also the deck is just really good, okay?
And just for reference, there's only 2 Cab Butlers.
There's only 2 Cab Butlers, all right? Don't get any ideas, all right? 2 Cab Butlers. I mean, the deck is still good. And a lot of support came out in Giera for it, like Jet Riser, for example, on hit pressure. Like, basically, the deck is just really good, and I wanted to just try to get a fast game 1. That's pretty much it.
When you were playing, what do you think about your matchups?
Sadly, I was forced to use Murakumo. Like round 1, I was like, you know what, Andrew, I'm gonna say right now, I'm only gonna play this deck once. If you don't catch it on camera, fine, because I'm not playing it again.
Yeah.
Round 2, I played against George, and he beat my Rage of Form deck, and with Kagero, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not using Aqua Force against this shit. I'm like, I guess I'm forced to use Murakumo again.
Yeah, it came out.
I was like,
it
fuck.
really did make its rounds more than just the one game.
It's great because, I mean, yeah, like I got knocked out early, right? But I'm still having a lot of fun, right? And I think it's so interesting because it's like, yeah, like everyone's like, oh my god, I got double critted or whatever. But it's just like, yeah, we're having fun with it, you know, which is crazy because.
You know? This is when this came out.
Right.
We're not all still be sitting here.
Right, exactly. So I think we're all just having a good time, and that is the most important part.
There wasn't really any like meta deck I was expecting. I was expecting people to possibly bring in their own homebrews, or even what was like legacy meta at the time. It brings me flashbacks of like Shadow Paladin with Revengers, brings me back to Kagero, things like that. And definitely was surprised that there was a lot of Kagero today. There was a lot of Overlord the Cross and Dragonic Overlord the End.
This is a variation of a Nova Grappler Ashura Kaiser deck, but it focuses on starting off with the Blau ride engine to incentivize using more grade 3s, as you'll be able, if you get the ride chain, obviously, if everyone knows it, you automatically grab the grade 2. There is no messing around with that.
Now, in that type of deck, since you are playing a lot of grade 3s.
I believe 12 grade 3s.
All right. How often were you able to get the ride chain off to get the grade 2 ride?
Funny enough, I got it every game I played it.
Oh my god.
I did only play it 2
right.
games, mind you.
Yeah.
But every game I did play it, I don't know, Blau Panzer just really loves me for some reason.
It is, as I have joked, the deck of your soul.
Yeah, Nova Grappler,
that
that is the starting deck. I don't know if this is my favorite version of it, but it is the only version I currently own, other than Death Army or Ethics Buster, who I think...
I had Kagero, I had Dodex, and then Narukami had Vermilion. So funny part is, Kagero was supposed to be the throwaway deck. Vermilion was supposed to be the more serious deck.
What?
And Vermilion became the throwaway deck because Kagero kept winning games.
I don't think I can ever, like, understand that throwaway Dodex.
My brain
Yeah.
sometimes can't comprehend certain complex plays.
All right.
But
Fair.
Conroe took that away. Grade 1 Conroe said unflip.
Yeah.
So that made it a lot easier.
And then we found after your round 1 that you can actually get him to search for grade 3,
Oh, that's broken.
which is great for the deck. If we were to do another event like this, same 3-deck format, would you swap out any of your clans?
I may switch out Nova Grapplers for a different Grappler deck. Either Riser or maybe I might actually give Ethics Buster its day in court. You know, it is a little more finicky, but I do still think the deck has a very strong combo that is similar-ish to the Ashura Kaiser, just not as strong, but more consistent, I will say.
Okay.
Maybe Chaos Breaker. Chaos
Breaker, okay.
Chaos
yeah,
Breaker,
get some Link Joker in there.
Yeah, a little control. Either that or Deleters. Because
Yeah.
I just want to say, for anyone that's watching, I thought of that deck first. I don't care what Darren showed you on the replays or whatever. I thought of that deck and I was looking for those pieces and I couldn't find those pieces. That's why I did not play Deleters in this tournament. Otherwise, that is exactly what I've been doing.
We're gonna have to dig through the group chats to see.
No, there's no group chat.
no group chat?
They're just us walking to your place and me talking about I need the leader cards.
Oh, just swap the two because Brawlers.
That's it? Okay.
Brawlers is like as comfortable.
So you're
as
still
it is,
comfortable
right?
with Cat Riser?
Yeah.
Okay. How was the matchups with your decks?
Pretty decent. Well, Kagero match was pretty much doing okay. It was back and forth. Last matchup with George was a real good grind matchup. Riser, so I think it took me until the third round, I think the second round losers, for me to realize I wasn't using my Grade 2 Legion, like the Grade 2 effect. And I was like, oh, I just got a free reset. I completely forgot about that. So I was like, can't remember if it would or wouldn't have made a difference, but I was like, the extra 5 doesn't matter or something.
Yeah. You made it very far today.
Yes, I
Did
did.
you expect to make it this far?
Hell no. I expected to wash like round 2. To be very honest.
Because you were in. Remind me, you went into losers bracket.
I went into losers after I fought Darren. I was undefeated until then.
Okay, so that was like round 2 then.
Yeah.
Okay. So for your decks, you were playing Genesis, Aquaforce, Royal, Paladin. What made you choose those over any other deck?
So the only decks I have built right now is those 3 and then Pale Moons.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I guess I can't figure out the ratios because I'm currently trying to make Pale Moons work and it doesn't want to. I think realistically it's because in this format, because all the other decks have had such an expansive add-in compared to Pale Moons, they hit a little harder compared to what they do now. So there's no consistent way to keep Liquid consistently hitting. And then on top of that, control got worse. So I can't afford
Okay,
to play
all right. And in Royals, you're playing Jewel Knights, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Jewel Knights, what type of build was it?
It was a Salome build with Ashley backup as a just in case.
Yeah.
Ashley, it kind of varied on how I played depending on what I drew. So if I drew Salome, all I was going to do was just swing as hard as I can. If I drew Ashley first, she was going to board until I got Salome to just swing.
Nice, okay, cool. And then Aquaforce?
Aquaforce is a Maelstrom build. So as you saw, break ready 3 times and then going into Glory, where Glory said, yeah, you just can't play anything.
Did you actually expect to pull off the Glory you can't guard combo?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So considering these guys all experienced, all veterans, they know at this point that a Maelstrom build will just have a Glory in it. I don't think they expected me to be running nothing but Glory and Break Right Maelstrom.
Yeah.
So I think that's what screwed him up because he probably thought, oh, he doesn't have it yet. Plays it.
I felt good. I wasn't like totally expecting get far. Like I thought I would do average overall, especially like with the lineup I decided to go through today.
Yeah.
For the sole purpose of just reliving a moment of past Vanguard glories. I just wanted to enjoy like a combination of serious deck with a little bit of meme decks. Yeah, surprisingly, Nubatama did catch some people off guard because people are not used to all the hazardous stuff they get deal with, especially like the gray ones, especially like Dreadmaster.
Yeah.
Like towards that last game, like this, like against Darren that final round, he got caught off guard with the discard effect for it. Like I was always maintaining a smaller hand against him, and does remove his resources, but that only works as much as you can, especially for a deck like Royal Pal that they tend to easily rebuild themselves. But it got a win overall.
Yeah. Overall, what did you think of your matchups in terms of deck, like in terms of what you faced actually?
Naturally, Nubatama I expected to be a hard-earned like fight overall. It just comes down to if I can quickly diminish the hand. But usually, if they're like something like Royal Paladin or Nectar that I fought today, it doesn't matter if they lose their hand. They have just units themselves that can create field press, and so it doesn't do too much. It just slows them down to a certain extent. But but when you have Narukami and Kagero, on the other hand, they do a lot more. But I've learned that there's a bit of a weakness with just like kind of pure Legion decks because of the final round against Darren, where he could just stay at grade 2 and there was not much I could do against it because I was restricted from using the full capability of like Narukami, for example. So like that one instance, it was probably better Icon Kagero who could still maintain itself without the need of Legion.
Aqua Forces definitely gets a complete change.
Okay.
I think I might try to run Tetra.
Tetra Drive.
Yeah, I'll probably go Blue Wave. That's a little expense I would have to wait and try to do. Genesis stays the same. It's bread and butter. It works consistently. So unless the deck decides to give you no grade 3s, whatever.
Well, that's what
it is. What it is. And then Royal Paladins. I don't know. I mean, I like the Ashley thought process, but I think I might just replace Ashley. I'm not sure what I would play. I definitely had to play one of the Legions because Yvain
is one.
I had to play at least one.
Yeah.
Because I had a match where I drew all my heals.
Ooh.
And at that point, it was just dead.
Yeah, with that type of
deck.
deck.
I had to struggle. That was against George, actually. I had to sit there and just play conservatively.
And basically, because you're playing the Sword Me Guaranteed, you always have a Legion mate. So it's not actually a big deal not to play it.
Exactly.
All right, folks. We have a champion, the first champion for the Cross League. Darren, if you will. Darren, congratulations on winning using It's heavy, folks. It's real. Darren here used an unorthodox strategy. We'll talk about that in the post show.
Are you really winning? You're not cheating? It's just about going full defense. It's about monkey money.
Unfortunately, though, Darren, it will not fit across your waist. It doesn't fit on mine.
I think it will fit on his.
Want to try?
How much do I gain?
Nothing. No, it's gonna be really. I didn't try. We'll try. So we're here doing the post-show interview with our champion Darren for the inaugural Cross League event for Vanguard. How do you feel?
Tired.
That's fair. It's been a long day. We've been setting up since 1.
I'm gonna say it was a lot of hard work to go undefeated during the entire day.
Quite literally undefeated. So you were playing Link Joker, Royal Paladin, and
Kagero.
Did you even use? Oh, you did. Yeah, you did use it.
Kagero.
Use it once. So let's talk about the deck you didn't really use, Kagero. What was that deck?
I built that deck this morning to get while looking for the last remaining cards for the deck. Well, the deck was based on a stupid concept of how fast can I oppress my opponent.
So for reference, you are playing
a superior ride version of Blazing Flare with that top end with Novell.
Yeah, and that's Blazing Flare.
Theoretically, if you win first, you can be on Novell by the time your opponent goes to grade 2.
Yeah, and at that point you have a 13k body, they can't guard with zeros, and they have no triggers on defense.
Yes.
So it really... Did that deck work out?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
I never went once.
That's fair. So let's talk about Royals. Royals, what was the deck?
Royals was a Jewel Knight core mixed with a Blaster Blade core, topped end with Thing Saber Dragon and Sanctuary Guard.
And so that deck, it's an old style deck, I would say, right?
It's a very all-around kind of deck where the deck can play from either first or second, and the only thing that changes is what grade 3 you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say for that deck, we saw in the finals you were able to do a grade lock strategy.
Yes, the deck can remain on grade 2 if you're ahead for a prolonged period of time, and particularly for this format, being on grade 2 is advantageous because your opponent can't Legion.
Yeah, because again, if they're not playing any type of limit breakers or limit break deck, then by purposely having a deck that can stay grade 2, you get so much mileage out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you like when we started investigating this format where I'm like, I will play decks that don't require me to Legion to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I've also been advocating on the opposite. I'm like, you guys gotta play limit breaks, especially in this type of format.
Yes.
Where you get the choice of deck.
With Legion being as short as it was during real time, right? Limit break was still much stronger than Legion was. Legion was more gimmicky. than anything else.
Yeah. All right.
Or they're better as finishers. They're
Yeah.
not that good to be like the main grade 3s.
Yeah.
The Limerick still is a lot stronger. Or Limerick combined with Legion is
Yeah, when you play both together.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now, the real MVP of today, your Link Joker deck.
Yes.
That's not Chaos Breaker. It's not Messiah. Tell us what it is.
It was the leaders. Good old-fashioned the leaders.
Good delete. Good.
Good old-fashioned
Yeah,
leaders.
all right, old
Without the instant win con because there's no strides.
That's true. Yeah, we don't have none of that. But
Yes.
But what do we have in the leader package?
So we played the Gray Core, right? That came at the tail end of the G era, which was it Galaxy Star set or whatever.
Yeah,
that
one of the last
Extra
ones.
Booster was, right?
Yeah.
It played the top end was the I forgot the name of the Gray 3. Was it?
It's not Grion.
It's not Grion, but
Yeah.
something with the Gray, right? That's Soul
Sure,
Blast
yeah.
2 is the lead,
Yeah.
and then gains 5k if it's on Vanguard Circle,
Yeah.
and then it can Soul Blast 2 on rear to just gain 5k.
Yeah.
Right? And because it has a great name, you can pair it with Given, which allows you to restand your Vanguard.
Yeah, and I think given
The fact that
This is so good.
it's the fact that in that EV set too, you had the second stand
Mhm.
for them, that second effect stand that lets you build back a board while in the middle of your combo.
Yeah, and how often did the getting a stand trigger like just on the drive?
Oh, and the
check?
leaders, fundamentally, you always
Yeah.
want to play stands. You never want to play crits almost, or you want to play only the crits that are necessary.
Right. Yeah, and it's because they're at 0. You swing. You
Because
keep pushing.
you're a deck that wants to swing more. You're not a deck that wants to go tall.
Hmm.
You want to go wide.
Good point.
Right? Wide meaning that you kill your board, revive your board, and go for multi-attacks.
Yeah.
You want multi-attack in depth because your opponent's Vanguard being at 0 power means that everything's a minimum of 2 cards to guard.
Cool. And so, throughout the entire day, how were your matchups? What did you feel against certain matchups?
I think it's way too many Mega Flares.
Yeah, as one of the most popular decks in the format, Mega Flare and Cat Risers is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you also played against do you know how many you played against Cross a couple of times, right?
Against 2 crosses.
Okay.
Right. One got a suboptimal line. Right. Great lock. So we don't really count those. The
Yeah.
good thing about the leader deck is that it doesn't matter what deck you're playing against. Right. You just play for your game plan.
Yeah, and I think that shows how strong the effects of being deleted are.
The reason the leader is strong, in my opinion, in this format in particular, is the fact that because of the absence of G guards and your opponent being on 0 power, everything's a minimum 2 card guard.
Yeah.
Right. With 2 cards, it's either a trigger plus a 5k or 3 5ks, which is 3 cards.
Okay.
So base end is, or even in perfect cards, that's still 2 cards out of the hand.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of commitment every time that you swing.
And the fact that you don't have strides, so you can't really unflip yourself, other than rewrite.
Yeah.
Right.
So for this type of event, we did a 3-deck tournament. What did you feel of that format?
I always like the 3-deck formats because it gives people options of what they want to play into certain matchups, and you get to counter pick, especially in a game like Vanguard where they're so side.
Yeah, and I feel in Vanguard, if you played best 2 out of 3 with just one deck, it doesn't. If you're in a bad matchup, it's really hard
Well,
to
for
get
me,
out
the
of
whole
it.
day, the leaders was my anchor deck. Meaning, if I lost the first game, I will always tag into the leader because the leader has one of the best high rolls.
Yeah, especially.
Like I said, you don't care what your opponent's doing; you just care about what you want to do.
Yeah, they're playing your game at that point.
As long as you find all your pieces, your opponent has to figure out how to live.
Yeah. All right. So in terms of the meta today, we saw a bunch of stuff that we would have seen. Did you expect to see like Kageros and Novas, stuff like that?
I didn't expect to see Nubatama as many times as I saw.
It was the one.
Yes, but I also built the same deck too at testing as well. Remember?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Right, and
that
I didn't
was
expect
Pretender.
anybody to actually play it. Right?
Hey, look
and
at
like,
that.
And then even I fell for my own misplays.
Yeah.
I fell for my own traps in that deck.
Yeah. So,
Grandmaster, good since day one.
oh yeah, Dreadmasters, they knew they messed up with that card. So if we do this event again, since you're the reigning champion, would you change out what clans you're playing aside from
I
the
would
leaders?
keep my Thing Saver deck and I would keep my Deleter decks.
Uh-huh.
Those are two of the, in my opinion, right now, the strongest decks in the format, right? My third deck is be a toss-up between any other deck.
Okay,
The
that's fair,
Kagero
yeah.
deck was, literally, like I said, literally built this morning, 10 minutes before we started the event.
So the third deck is basically for the
The
memes.
Kagero deck was mostly just a meme to play
Yeah.
every single crit, every single heal,
Every single 10K.
every single 10K in a single deck, just to show how many cards Kagero has. Like how many blue eyes white dragons were printed in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Yeah,
How many card arts?
I'm so happy you did that because that's just the funniest thing when you look at how many the different crits they got.
I mean, we used to do that in the old days where like we would do is just draw off the count because the opponent wouldn't be able to know how many actual crits or heals you were playing.
They can't assume that you're playing 4 copies and you see 8 different triggers. What am I gonna do? Well, Darren, congratulations again for winning. It was a long day, but I think it was very well deserved. You definitely said going into this, I'm gonna wreck people's face. So I
put the fear of God.
You put the fear of God and the deleters in there.
Yeah.
Showing how strong they are, and I'm honestly very happy that whole thing came to fruition today. So thank you again, Darren.
No problem.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see if I can keep this belt.
Oh yeah. All right, folks. Welcome to the post-show recap. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and just list off some statistics that happened throughout the day. So, let's go over clan breakdown, right? So we had 4 Royal Paladins, 4 Kagero, 2 Narukami, 4 Nova Grappler, 2 Aqua Force, and a whole bunch of 1-ofs. The 1-ofs being D-Police, Nubatama, Shadow Paladins, Murakumo, Nectar, Granblue, Genesis, and Link Joker. So overall, we had a very good showing in terms of the clans. Only a few clans didn't have representation today. Dark States, for example. But it wasn't just Royals, Kagero, Shadows all throughout the day. And I like that about this format. It's very diverse in the sense that you can play your favorites. So, going along from here, I'm going to bring in the creator for the format, Anthony, to give a couple more words before we wrap up the day.
It's a fucking Zora. All right.
Anthony, welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back to the post show.
Yes.
So, overall thoughts on the whole day?
Lots of things that are going through my mind. So first, I like the fact that we all still had a lot of fun today. There was no there were no bad vibes. You know, everyone still enjoyed themselves, so that's great.
I think people can probably hear that when we put up some gameplay videos of just all the random stuff in the background.
We have so many inside jokes from today, just from today. Now, clan breakdown, right? And I would say even deck breakdown, right? So this is pretty interesting. Now, going into this, right, this is like the first tournament ever of this format. So I expected people to go with the safe decks, right? So Dodex, Seekers, right, Risers, etc. And we saw a bit of that, right? Which is fine. I mean, in the beginning of every retro format, you would expect people to know oh, that was good, so I'm just gonna play that.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you notice, right, with Royals, each deck I think was built very differently. I was playing Jewel Knight Seekers. I think Darren was playing some pile deck, just all the good Royal engines. And then, even with Kagero, right? I know Darren was playing Novell, which I'm just I knew it. I knew that deck can do something. Risers, I think, were the most homogenous, though. I think
there's not much
Nova
innovation.
Grapplers, everyone was playing Risers. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I lied. I think Josh was playing
Kaiser.
Yes. And so I just like the fact that even with the most represented clans, there are still different builds in that clan, right? Because a lot of people will say oh, everyone was playing Seeker, everyone was playing. Funny enough, only one Shadow Paladin today, and it wasn't even PvD. It was, I think, Raging Form.
It was Raging Form, yeah.
So I'm yo. So yeah, it's but what you would expect people to play, yes, there was a bit of that, but there was also just so much more. I mean, heck, Darren, the person who won, brought out Deleters, which we talked about that deck a lot. We're okay, the deck seems pretty strong. He showed it. He absolutely showed that today. I mean, you need to know how to go up against that deck for sure.
Well, I think, but the best part about having a competitive format and competitive meta is that there's going to be guys on top. This is our inauguration.
That's right.
We only had data from back then.
Oh, yeah.
But now that we have the card pool opened up for G Legion to extend to the end of G, this is when it comes into, well, now we don't really know. We know what worked, kinda.
And that's exactly what happened here today, because Darren won this whole thing with decks that we just wrote off or did not even explore yet.
Yeah, because we never experienced it before in the previous meta. It was okay, well,
exactly.
It's not Legion, so
So Darren, really got rewarded because he took the time to research the format and go out there and build these decks.
Yeah, and then say I'm not going to do the conventional standard things.
Nope.
And that really does help this type of form where there is room to experiment.
That's right.
As we see from the deck list and the deck choices.
And that's what's so exciting to me about this format. So there's still so much that we just don't know yet.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to like the next one at this point. I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's it.
Me too.
Yep.
So while you have you here, let's go over some other fun stats.
Yes.
So throughout the day, I was keeping a track of the number of G assists, heal on sixes, and double crits. The three things that have played Vanguard players for centuries.
That's right.
So in all of the brackets from winners and losers, we had 16 G assists throughout the whole day.
That's fair.
8 heal on sixes.
That's right.
And surprisingly enough, 15 double crits. Not double crit 3 for game, but just double crits in general.
Yeah.
Whenever they showed up. So a little bit of fun from my end, from a TO standpoint, to see this kind of tomfoolery happen. And I think in that case,
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's what you expect.
It's Vanguard. I mean, this format, yes, you can play 12 or even 16 crits, like someone in this tournament. But I think that's sort of like the beauty of it, right? What I wanted for this format was to capture the OG style of Vanguard in the best way possible. And I think think about it. The game was popular back in the day, even with, Greylock and double crits and all that stuff. So to be honest, it could be some like decks even like Identity, right? Like 16 crits. So I'm here for it. Honestly, I feel like that number is still, it's just the right amount considering how many games were played today.
Oh yeah.
So and besides that, right? No one is here complaining like, oh my god, like I hate getting
Greylock, like if we back in the day 8-10 years ago at regionals, we would hear this kind of stuff, we have experienced it as well,
right?
And that was then, and this is now.
Yeah, we know what to expect.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
If we weren't okay with this type of stuff happening, we wouldn't be playing.
We wouldn't be playing this format. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's fine.
Cool.
I think it's fine. In fact, it's good that we even have G assist because back then we didn't have.
We didn't have that. Oh my god, we had to struggle.
Yeah,
it was bad.
So that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and so to wrap up, let's talk a little bit about the future for G Legion. So this is going to be one of the inaugural events.
That's
one
right.
of the first pieces of content for this channel.
That's right. That's right.
So on your end, what can we expect?
Okay, well, first, I want to say I'm really happy with how today turned out because this is a good sign that competitive play for the format is viable, right? That like today was really a good testing ground to see like how this format could actually play out in a competitive setting, and I think it went off perfectly today. So what we can expect for the future is a lot more community support, so that way people can come together and enjoy the format together. So my priorities right now, in addition to the website being up, is to try and get a Discord together. So that way, it's not just pockets of people, but now everyone can go into one place. Definitely more like deck lists and tournament results. Giving people more options to look at deck lists and be like, oh, like that looks exciting. Let me go play that. So that all kind of culminates into sprucing up the website to make it more informative for people, to make it easier to get into the format.
Great, yeah, and definitely it's more knowledge sharing, right?
Right, exactly. Right,
Yeah.
I want people to be in the know of just how all their options that they have in this format, and more importantly, to say this format is accessible. Like you can just pick this up whenever you want.
Because in addition to that, actually, speaking of accessibility, we are trying to figure out the best online client as well.
That's right.
We want to try to find the places that people would want to play online.
That's
in
right.
whatever client they feel comfortable with. This way, this format can extend past the physical.
That's right.
Because again, these cards are old.
Yeah.
It might be tough to get, but it's fine. We have other options. It's 2026.
I know. Yeah. I know CFA is still around.
CFA is still around. All reliable.
I have heard of Cardfight Connect. I'm interested in that, looking into that to see what it has to offer. But yeah, I mean, it is, at least it's nice to know that we do have options like that. So, yeah.
Got any last words for anyone that's watching this far into this video?
Listen, we're all old Vanguard players, who at the end of the day, right, thought we would never play this game again. And now
we have a retirement mat at home.
We have a retirement mat. That's right. And
that didn't work.
That didn't work. No, we got him back in. But it's like, if whoever is listening to this, right? If you used to play Vanguard back in the day and are thinking of a way to get back in, definitely check out this format, because this is like playing classic Vanguard all over again. And even for the standard players too, if you're looking for something new in the game that you love, then try out this format. I guarantee you it'll be great.
So, cool. Great things. On my end, I want to thank anyone who's stuck by this whole video. It's definitely one of the bigger productions we've done on the channel so far. But for G Legion, we will be trying to do deck lists, gameplay on the channel. Maybe we might do another special event if time permits on scheduling.
Yeah.
It's definitely, since Darren is our inaugural champion, we want to bring it back to a right to challenge the champion in a sense. I want to try stuff like that. Now, the last things I want to say is for this format, for today, both Anthony and myself, we asked ourselves, what does Vanguard mean to us? So, and we have we know what we have. But for anyone watching who's an old Vanguard player, new Vanguard player, let me ask you as well, what does Vanguard mean to you? What does this game mean to you and the people around you? Because as we see, it is a game that bonds our central theme, not just in the cards or the decks or the characters, everything around it. And I believe that coming back to a format is what creates another bond with that, with the people around you.
It quite literally created our friend group, and now we're playing Vanguard again.
We're all stuck here.
We're literally playing Vanguard again with the same friends we made over a decade ago.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's what it is, right? It's enjoying the things you like with, your friends.
Yeah. So, to cap it off, I want to say one last thing. The Vanguard that we played back then may have died. It's been gone through so many. It's been so many years. It's been so many format changes. But what we've created today, what we experience, is shaping Vanguard in our own image.
Yep.
And that is, the takeaway.
That is it. That is the important takeaway right there.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
if you want to enjoy something the way that you're imagining it, then do it. Right? No one's stopping you. You can play however you want to play. That's pretty much it.
Just so the tagline says.
Yeah.
Imagine it.
Imagine it. There you go. Yep. Actually.
All right. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching. More to come from Replay Works. Damn, it was a good day.
It was a good day.
All right, let's get out of here.